up, YouTube? Welcome back to the reaction box where you pick the video, we put it inside the box and react to it. It's Sunday evening. Got a very special request, something I'm very interested in checking out. Danny Boy talking about Tupac, his last days beside his bed and Suge Knight crying and all that stuff, man. Never heard before stuff, man. This interview something serious from what I heard. But I picked the Tupac section out because y'all know we love Tupac over here. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video. Share the video, you know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button. We almost at 5K. As soon as I hit 5K, I'm giving away a $100 gift card. So make sure I hurry up and get that fast. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? Got my co-host, my daughter again today. The wife, she in there sleep, she tired, she done cooked and done all that stuff that you do on Sunday, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go eat me another plate after I record this shit. And yeah, man, that's about it, man. Let's get it, let's go. Danny Boy talking about Pac. Listen to the rest of the shit, though.
At this point, you know, you're working with Pac, the Machiavelli album, you guys are working on that.
Yes.
What was it like recording the video and the songs for Toss It Up?
What? That was, I think that's my most that's my favorite video because, you know, I grew up singing with different groups in Chicago, and the songs that I sung were songs by, you know, Jodeci. Now I'm standing alongside Casey and JoJo recording that song, and then to have an opportunity to do, we did two different videos to Toss It Up. But to be with some guys that I grew up listening to, and
They did two different videos. I think I did one of them.
Nobody was hotter than Jodeci and Casey and JoJo at that time. So to be able to sing with them, and Aaron Hall just put like the icing on the cake. Like to be able to sing with those legends at that time at such a young age, and to have the first verse and to be able to hang in there with those guys and not be scared. It was incredible.
How long was this before Tupac was shot? That you shot the video?
Oh wow. Well, that video had already been shot. Wait a minute, let me see here. If I'm not mistaken, I'm sorry, that was the last video that he shot.
That's crazy,
It was
man.
the last video that he shot. We actually, before coming to Las Vegas, we shot the video. We actually waited a long time for Pac to come to the set. And he showed up to the set, we did the video, and we immediately got on the road to come to Las Vegas for the Mike Tyson fight. So like soon as they said, all right, cut, we got 100 and some deep cars driving through the desert to get to Las Vegas.
Is there any untold stories that haven't been out there about Tupac?
I think there are, and I think this is a great time to tell everybody to go get that Stranded on Death Row book, so that they can hear some more about that. I'm giving y'all all the jewels, but I've shared a lot of things, you know, on social media. I've shared in a lot of videos. I try to share my experiences because Pac is so respected, and it's so many great moments. It's kind of hard to remember everything. But as far as untold, I think there's more unheard songs than untold stories.
Right.
Y'all hear that shit?
Okay. You guys are heading to Vegas.
Yes.
You guys are 100 deep.
100 some deep cars.
Can you take me through that weekend?
So we on the way down to Vegas, and stopping in, I think in Barstow, if I'm not mistaken, some young guys said something to one of the guys in the restaurant when we did a pit stop for gas. And these young guys was on a football team. And they started talking shit, and Suge homies rolled their little ass up. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
completely roll them up. You seen little niggas in their jerseys going over there being thrown.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, for real? I'm like, what the fuck?
And the last one of them was getting tossed around in the parking lot, scraped up.
Hi there. Great beds, no bull. That is the original Mattress Factory difference. Quality products plus.
And after that we got back in the car and headed to Las Vegas. Didn't stop until we got here.
Okay. And then you guys went to the Tyson fight.
They went to the Tyson fight.
They went to the Tyson fight.
Yeah.
And you didn't, how come you didn't go?
I had Supreme pants on, and when I came out of valet, I was at the Luxor Hotel. The valet guy was like, "Mr. Knight, you have some red stuff on the back of your pants." And I looked down, and it was like splattered of red going up and down my leg from the bottom of my foot to the back of my calf. And it's like, I'm like, what the hell? So I called Suge on the phone, and he like, "Well, I'm gonna leave your ticket. Catch a limo up there. Go get you some more clothes." So I went to the mall. Everything was there, and I closed down. I went and found some pants. I found something to wear. And we, when I got in the car to call Suge to tell him I'm on the way, he like, "Man, he done knocked this motherfucker out. Meet us at the club. We'll meet you at the club."
Talking about Mike Tyson. Talking about Mike Tyson.
6'2", and we were partying, and it took longer than usual for Suge to come. And after a few minutes went by, one of the guys came in and said, you know, just like really, you know, emotional and stared away. He said that Pac and Suge was killed on the strip.
Wow.
So,
What was
Wow.
going through your head when they came in and
oh
said
man,
that?
like
Damn.
I'm looking, I'm crying. I jump in the truck. I didn't know which way to go. My security really wouldn't let me kind of leave, you know, wouldn't let me go too far. So I attempted to kind of try to find where they were.
That's wild.
And then after a little while, we
Yeah.
found what hospital that they went to.
They were both in, they were both at the
And
same.
everybody went to that hospital and just kind of like waited around. Like, you know, we just waited around to kind of see what was going on. And after a few hours, several hours went by, Suge, if I'm not mistaken, several hours, the next day, Suge come walking out, and he saw himself out of the hospital. He was like in a daze, if I could, you know, speak on that. He was more in a daze, like he wasn't Suge. I think he was kind of shocked, or in shock. I believe so.
What was that week like? You were there the whole week, right?
I was there the whole week, very emotional, because
I can only imagine being there that week.
you know, you thought Pac was gonna live, you know what I mean? But all these death threats was coming. You know, people would call in and say that we're gonna finish the job.
Wow.
Wow. On the side of the window, just in case they shot up the window because he couldn't even move on life support.
They had him on the first floor?
On the first floor, and he was on life support, and you know, we would go in there every day, pray, and different people was coming to see him. And, the last day that I seen him, his mother and I and his aunt was in the room, and a few more people. And when I sang, she said, "Sing something after we pray," because I would always just be in there singing and praying. She said, "Sing something," and I sang, "A Change Is Gonna Come." And tears kind of like rolled out his eyes into his ears.
Wow. This is sad as fuck.
The last time I seen him.
Okay.
Oh my God.
When did you hear that he passed?
So that night, early that morning, I left because everybody kind of like took like a security position to kind of like walk around the hospital and make sure that everything was okay. I left early. I left 2-3 hours before he passed. I was sleeping in my hotel room, and while I'm asleep, somebody just banged on the door. I had a latch on the door,
Wait,
and the
more
security
room.
like they broke in the room.
It's a lot more room.
Because that was a suite, and I was asleep on the other side. And
This just hurt my heart.
I know, man. This is crazy.
came in, we jumped
This
in
gotta
the
be
bed,
the
and
saddest
hollered,
story
like,
about
"He
Pac
gone, he
ever.
gone, he gone." I'm like, "What are you talking about? He gone." He's like, "He gone." He just kept hollering and crying, and he's gone. And I jumped up out of the bed. I had on some boxers and a t-shirt and some socks. And I jumped up out of the bed, and I just went to the car, and I drove to the hospital. And when I got to before I even turned the corner, it was thousands of people like playing All Eyes on Me record,
Damn.
playing all of
It's
his
crazy,
balloons, shirts,
crazy.
candles.
I couldn't imagine just being there, seeing that shit, man. I would have been zoned out. Like,
it slowed down and I seen the door. And
Yeah, I would've
I
been in
jumped out,
shock.
ran towards the door, and the nurse that was taking care of Pac talking to us and telling us about, the situation. She just opened the door and she just hugged me and she was like, "I'm so sorry."
This is sad, man. This is sad. This is sad for real, man. Make
I
my,
probably wouldn't have been able to do the interview because I would have been crying the whole time.
that's what I'm saying, man. It's making my eyes water right now, man. This is crazy. For
I
real.
can't cry because my lashes don't come off.
One of those hotels. It was like a real small, old school hotel where we just wanted to be low key. His mother wanted to be low key, and we went there.
Oh, that night?
That night to start talking about it.
This is so sad.
To kind of,
Who all was
We didn't
there?
talk about your interview. I didn't
everybody
know
was
she
there,
was
but
with him.
I should
Yeah.
say
I thought he was by himself.
No, he was with Suge.
I never
They
knew
was
that.
in the car.
I never knew that.
Like one of the bullets, like grazed Suge's head.
That's why they said they think Suge got something to do
Not a
with
lot
it.
of
Like the
artists.
theories.
Yeah.
What was that?
Suge didn't have shit to do with Tupac getting killed, man. Which motherfucker stopped saying that shit?
I heard that. I was like, wait, what?
Different.
And a bullet grazed his head. The fuck out, man. Fuck out of here.
Or
I don't know how many
talk to
times.
him. We had a house here in Vegas. Even though we stayed at the hotel.
Man, you got
and
hit
stuff
like in
like
his
that.
groin area and somewhere else in his chest or
He
something.
didn't want
That's
nobody in our
sad.
house. Like he just wanted to be alone. And I can remember a couple times sitting with him in a penthouse in the Luxor. And, we would sit all the time and write songs. And he'd be like, "I'm gonna write a song and you just sing it. I'm gonna say some stuff." And, one thing I can remember him saying, we're gonna write about having friends and those friends not being your real friends. And as he's talking about not having real friends, he cried.
Oh.
Wow, that's crazy,
I
man.
have an opportunity to watch Suge and I cry, smoking a cigar. You can imagine that was emotional because I really never seen him.
I was like, I couldn't even picture Suge
so
crying.
calm, and really
That's
never seen him so-
crazy, man.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like Suge.
That's
at least not
crazy.
what the public is to see from Suge.
I like to always give the real of what I've seen with Suge. I believe he's a God-fearing man. I mean, to hear him pray,
That's crazy.
to hear him talk about the Bible,
That's crazy.
something that the world would probably never get an opportunity to see. But for me, to know that it's in him, I just think that he didn't have the right people around him to send him in the right direction. Sometimes you can get things so fast. I mean, he had hundreds of millions of dollars and a lot of power. And everybody don't deserve power, and everybody can't handle power. And I think that put him in a bad position, knowing the power that he had. And he had to live up to what everybody thought of him. He had to live up to those things, and that's what have him where he is right now.
That's crazy.
Man, listen to me, YouTube. When I tell y'all that shit was so fucking sad, man, just hearing him talk about Tupac and Suge crying and Suge Knight praying and Pac talking about we're gonna write about friends and he crying because he ain't got no friends. Listen, man, that was deep as hell, man. But I can't even, you know what I'm saying, man? I'm in one of my moods right now. I ain't even gonna hold y'all, man. Just like, comment, and subscribe. And hey, man, you got something you want to say to them, man? You know what I'm saying? They don't get to see you that often.
I'm heartbroken. That was sad.
Yeah, that was some sad. All jokes aside, that was
That
some
was
sad.
sad.
That was sad as fuck. That's the saddest interview I ever heard about Tupac. Real talk. That's, man. R.I.P. Pac, man. But we ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I just wanted to come in here and do this interview because I heard it was dope. And let me know if y'all want me to do any more interviews. You know what I'm saying? Leave it in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all want me to do Tupac interviews. But let me know what else y'all want to see, man. But I had to do that, though, because they was just kept hitting me on Instagram. And somebody even left it on the, in the comments on one of my videos. Lil Danny Boy interview about talking about Tupac. So I did it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to edit this up and post it up ASAP. I'm going to holler at y'all later, though, in the next video, man. Peace.
Bye, guys.